country. When Zizi came in, also appointed me. I thought I'm retiring. He appointed me again into the board. So I'm saving again into the board with a young people that I will learn also from them. So there are a number of boards that I've chaired in the manufacturing industry, also in the fuel industry, also. So those are the board that I've chaired.
Why did you leave the fuel industry?
I didn't leave. I'm still in the fuel
industry.
Industry. Yes.
Okay. Kiside hustle.
It's a bit difficult now because there's no fuel.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of refineries are closing down, so we struggle a lot to get that fuel. It's not like before. It's a big struggle.
What makes a good leader?
Somebody who lead from the bottom, not somebody who leads from there, who is a dictator. When you bring the people below you to make the decision with you, you are a good leader, because you will never have any challenge. You'll never have any challenge if you bring everybody on board, and the decisions are not made by yourself, are made by the entire team. It's just like employees. If you involve your employees in decision making, you'll never have challenges. But if you make decisions for them, you're going to have a lot of challenges.
And what type of a leader are you, Mama?
I think I might give it must be somebody else. It must be somebody else that answers that question. Or what type of a leader are you? But I know that I'm a leader who. Let me give an example. When I was given an opportunity to set up the Women's National League, I could have sat in the office and do a lot of writing and proposal and everything, and boom, into the NEC and say, this is the proposal. I didn't do that. What I did, and for the first time in the history of this country, those teams, and I didn't want to see officials, I wanted to see the owners of the teams. They were telling me that in the history of football is the first time they see, and at that time, remember, I was the vice president of South African Football Association, seeing a leader of that caliber coming to them and saying, we want to form a national women's league. What is it that you want to see? That's why it just boomed like that, because it was a decision by the teams themselves out there. And mine was just to advise, look, guys, let's start with 12 teams. Then we'll add 2 teams. We'll add teams in, so that for the first 2 years, all the provinces are represented. Then thereafter, then you can, get your sponsors, get your government to assist, and all that and all. And I'm giving that example because I want to show that, because I was the vice president, I could have just sit in the on my own and send a proposal to the teams and say that is it. No, that's not what I did. I worked with them. And I say, let's see why are we not performing? Why last year we performed in the air conditioning? Why are we not performing? And then the staff will be able to say, no, Mama, I think we are missing the point. This is what we need, because you can't know it all. You have to learn, and you can learn from somebody who cleans in your office. You can get an advice from that person. That's who I am. I'm always surrounded by people that I think I might even know better than them, but I'm surrounded by them because I know that I can get something out of it.
What advice would you give to young professionals or excuse me, young leaders who would like to serve on certain boards or who feel they've been doing really well in their career? Some of them maybe they're in their 10th year in their career or 15th year in their career, and they feel they're doing well and they're leading well wherever they are in their field, and like they'd like to start exploring serving on different boards. Do you have to wait to be invited? Do you have to shop around, and how do you do that? How do you get to serve on boards and add value in companies?
Yeah, first of all, serve. Serve. We need to understand that. Now my experience is that a lot of people don't want to serve. They want to benefit all the time, So if you want to serve, the first thing you do, you are interested in football. There is a board of governors of PSL. There's a board of governors there's an NEC of SAFA. You simply write a letter and say, I want to sit in this board and observe. Just want to observe. There was a young boy in Devon when we came in and he came to me and said, Mama, I want to see you. And I said, no. He flew up to Joburg and he said, I've got an idea. Football is for us. It's not for you guys. Can you at least have 5 or 9 youngsters one from each province to sit in your board? Just to understand what is it that we are talking about in football, because we are not going to do anything but to observe. But after observing, we'll write to you and say to you, this is what we observed. Can't you do it this way or that way? And that opportunity was never given to him. Of course, I was not the decision maker, but I took him to the decision maker and say, this is a young boy, and I think the idea is a good idea. Because this industry is not for us. We are making decision for them. But maybe we could learn so much from them if they just sit in the board and be able. So those young people, if you are in technology, you want to talk to MTN, talk to Vodacom, talk to Sasol, and say, I just want to. And I don't think any board could refuse. If you write a letter and say, this is my career, it's in line with what you are doing. I just want to observe when you are in the boardroom. When you have board meetings, can you just invite me so that I can sit there and learn? And you learn. And sometimes you say, I want to serve. I want to serve in this voluntary. I want to serve. And serve. And after that, you might be able to even be taken seriously because they can see your contribution.